Good afternoon, Oakview DC friends. Miss Lorraine here. And my cat Marley has joined us as well, of course. He's such an attention hog. He always wants to be part of what's going on. Hi, Marley. Love you too. Yeah. So today I wanted to demonstrate for you guys one of the activities. This one being the art activity that I put up on, excuse me, Marley, the DC Distance Learning Choice Board for this week. So this is the Arts and Crafts Activities video number 2. Marley, this one is called Plastic Assemblage. The instructions I uploaded already to Google Classroom. So like I just took screenshots of both of the pages in the book. This comes directly from our art curriculum book for this year, Art Lab for Kids Express Yourself, and it's number 39, Plastic Assemblage. And as per usual for these times, I have to be a little bit creative, and you might have to too if you decide to do this. You may not have everything at home that you need for, or that they suggested you use for the activity, and that's okay. Being creative and thinking outside the box, filling in the blanks, and as I said in the last video, following one of my family's particular mottos, improvise, adapt, overcome, is always helpful. So so for example, this one, this activity calls for a lot of plastic marker covers from used markers or other plastic, colorful plastic items. You could also use bottle caps, paper clips, buttons, bread tags, small lids, various other things. So I made it easy. I just collected our bag. I just grabbed a bag actually from the classroom that we had already collected of marker lids that you guys helped us collect. Some of you did when we were going through them and seeing which ones worked and which ones didn't. Some of you guys helped Miss Roberta with that task, and so this is some of that. There's a huge bag still left in the classroom I did not take, but this is just a little bit of that. Clear glue. I did get some of that too from the classroom. That one's missing this label. Grab 2 bottles just in case one didn't work. Always a good idea. If you have one, maybe it's not, making the glue come out very easily. Always have another just for backup. And then this says wood panel for a base. I don't have a wood panel. I looked in the classroom. There were no wood pieces that I could find there either. So I'm just going to say you could probably do this, and I'm going to hope that's correct, on a thick piece of cardboard. So I have a piece of cardboard, taken from an Amazon box, as you can tell, and somebody already taped several pieces together to make it thicker. I don't know, one of our friends was making a project of some kind and didn't take it. So I hope they don't mind. If anybody recognizes this, I hope you don't care. I hope you don't mind that I'm going to add on to it a little bit. So then here is, well, first thing they want you to do actually is they want you to sort your objects by color. And this is where you get in a little bit of extra learning. You know, your parents will love that, maybe you not so much, but try not to think about it as doing schoolwork, just doing, you know, a fun activity that actually gives you a little bit of learning as well. So you're doing some classification for my younger friends, my TK and Kinder friends who might still be working on color recognition. You could be working on that with this, but for those of you who are older and obviously know your colors very easily, this is more about classification and sorting, which is an important mathematical skill. And life skill. Yes, my older daughter said, and life skill. True. I'm having some problems sorting at the moment just because my cardboard piece here has multiple levels to it and doesn't want to let things stay separate very well. But see, I'm sorting them right now. Right now you probably can't see because of the camera angle, so I'm going to tilt it down in a minute so you can, but I'm working on separating mine by colors. I'm even going into the extent of separating lighter greens from darker greens because I don't want them to be together. That's up to you. If you want them to be together, that's totally fine, but I wanted to keep mine a little more separate. Losing pieces. Already got some rolling off the table, but that's okay. So as you might be able to see, I'm going to tilt the camera down. See, I'm starting to separate them by various colors. And, oh, gotta get my favorite color in there. If any of you do not know what my favorite color is, I'm sure I know I've mentioned it before. But if you don't know or you forgot, this is my favorite color. Yeah, more like this. It is turquoise. Although an equally great substitute is teal. I'm great with that too. Basically, I love any kind of really deep, lighter or medium shade of blue that has a little hint of green to it. I like to have a hint of green. Teal has more green to it. Turquoise doesn't exactly have green necessarily, but there's something about turquoise which I love and which is different than just like a basic royal blue or even a baby blue or sky blue. Oh. So I dropped one of the lids on the ground, and my cat Marley is having a field day with it now. I have wood floors in most of my house, so, or like, you know, Pergo wood floors and fake wood floors. He's just batting it all over. Okay, so I don't want this video to go on too long, but so you get the idea. I'm separating them by colors, putting them into different groups. So over here, let me turn, I got some of my, see, no, I don't have those all separated, but I was working on it. That was supposed to be my blue section over there. And then once you do that, and you got everything kind of separated by different color groups or even by specific color shades, then is when you get into the fun part. This is now the creativity and the artistic part. So here you're just constructing your own art installation piece, or maybe your own little it's a collage essentially. Maybe you're making a little miniature cityscape, or designing something that looks like your own room or your house or your yard. Or I don't know, whatever you want to do. A pattern, if you want to try and make something that looks realistic, that's fine. If you don't and you just want to put patterns of different shades and different, if you have different materials, that's great. I only had marker lids. If you can come up with other materials such as like bottle caps or buttons or other things like that, that would be great. And that even makes it more interesting because it's gonna mix it up, you know, change the materials a little. So I'm just gonna start out now with putting some clear glue on my piece of cardboard and sticking down. I'm putting my first, you can see here, I'm putting down my first marker lid. And it's gonna take a little time to dry, so try to be careful with it. Try not to mess too much with the one that you've already glued down. I don't know how this is gonna work. I'd really like to make that a tree, but I'm not sure how that will work out. So I'm just gonna try it. I'm gonna go for it and see what happens. I'm gonna try putting a little glue in the top of this, the trunk of the tree essentially here, and see if I can get a little bit of glue now around the base of the leafy green part that I'd like to add on to it, and then see if I can get them to stick there. I don't know, we'll see how it works. It may need a lot more time to dry, would be my That's my guess. It maybe needs more time to dry. Maybe that isn't gonna work. I don't know. That didn't quite stay. So I don't know. I'm gonna try it again. But you might have to just, fiddle around with it. So this particular lesson, just so you know, was directly inspired by some artists who you one named Lisa Solomon and another, both women actually, named Christine Buckman Tillman. And together they created an installation called Chroma that was made entirely of recycled plastic objects. So that's kind of the inspiration for this sort of piece, is to take something that, people would normally throw away, but it isn't a great idea to throw away because it's plastic, and plastic does not biodegrade. And so if we throw it away in our landfills, it's just going to be sitting there. But instead of doing that, we can take it and repurpose it, reuse it for something else that is fun. Something that you can do that's creative and makes a, decent use out of something that you might have just thrown away. Now, if you can save those lids and reuse them, like marker lids, another great thing to save baggies of marker lids for, you might just think is garbage, is what if you come up with a marker later on that's missing its lid? Now that happens like in our DC classroom all the time. And if you have happened to already save some extra marker lids from ones that dried out, and then so you threw the markers away, but then you still have the lid, if you save those, and that's what a lot of these are from, then maybe you could use one of your extra lids to put on a marker that doesn't have one, and then that one won't dry out, right? So that's a great idea. Another reason to save things, sometimes not always throw them away, but sometimes it's just fun to use things we save to get creative, have a little fun. So here I'm creating, this is what I'm doing. I haven't quite figured out yet how I'm gonna make any of these stack on to one another. That doesn't seem to be working that well, but that's okay. Maybe I can figure that out later myself. Maybe you guys, if you try it, can figure it out and let me know how you did it. I'm going to show you what I started working on though. So you can see I'm making a little row of trees. Let's see if you guys can see that. I think I need to scoot this back a little bit and then tilt down. See, I'm making a little row of trees like you might see at the edge of a property, like creating a little fence, like a hedge area, or maybe an orchard with a lot of fruit trees. That's what I'm making there. And then I'd like to figure out a way to make some flowers in the middle, but I'm not quite sure how to do that. I mean, obviously I can put like pink, purple, like some nice little flower colors, blue, yellow in the middle, and just kind of pretend like that, and then glue them down in the middle and pretend they're flowers in the middle of a like row of trees. But it's not so satisfying. I'd be much happier if I could figure out a way to get them to stick on top of these like stems. Like these are the stems and this is the petals of the flower. That would be cooler. So I'm gonna think on that a little bit more myself, and I'm going to go ahead and stop the video for now so you got the idea about how to do it. I just wanted to share that with you guys to kind of give you a little demonstration, a little idea about how you can do that, and also to let you know that, you know, just like any activity that we do or that I suggest for you guys to do, you never have to have all of the ingredients. You can usually always find a way to make it work even if you don't have everything at home, because I realize everybody doesn't have all these things in their house. And I'm not suggesting anybody run out and buy anything right now that's not essential for any of these projects. So hopefully you can just find something around the house that you can use and you can have fun with it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you are watching it on YouTube, you could give it a thumbs up if you liked it. And if you have not done so yet, please consider subscribing to our channel and hitting that notification bell, then you'll be informed every time that I upload a new video. But if you're just watching this on Google Classroom, that's great. That's totally fine too. I'm so glad you joined me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you consider doing an activity like this at home. Remember, it doesn't have to be exactly like this either. You can do a totally different, do your own design, of course, you know, be artistic, but I mean, you can do it in a different way. You can have different materials. Just make sure, probably it'll be best if you use plastic materials, but just old recycled things that you don't need for anything else really. Yeah, consider collecting some things like that, and then making sure you've got white glue, or not white glue, I'm sorry, clear glue. Clear glue, that is gonna work best. You need clear glue. And some type of thicker surface. If you've got a piece of wood you can work with, great. If you don't, some type of thick cardboard should do all right. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great time with it, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon. And yeah, of course, maybe the elephant in the room I did not discuss is my hair. Yes, I did change my hair yet again. I told you guys I was going to do something else with it, and it wasn't just going to stay blonde. So right now it is pink-ish and purple-ish. It's a little bit purple in the back and pretty much pink in the front. So that's what I'm doing with it right now. Next week it'll probably be something else, because you guys know me, you know I like to change things a lot. So yeah, you just have to tune in next time and see what's going on with it. All right, take care, everybody. Stay close, give your loved ones a hug, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Thanks for joining me.